so long as we have the courage to keep reaching, to keep working, to keep fighting.
$21.43. That view whoring title. I'm sorry, my intentions are actually good. I've disabled advertising on this video, so I don't get anything for it. Just to show that what I wanted to do was get people who would play Battlefield, who would watch a Battlefield video, to actually watch this video on Planetside 2. Because even though Planetside wasn't particularly good when it first came out of beta, there was so much missing, it was so difficult to find action. I've been playing it this last week, a little bit with Jack, a little bit with Hutch, and it's really, really good fun now. Like, really good. And it's completely free to play. If you want to download it whilst you're watching this, there's a link in the description for that. But I'm going to explain in this video how the game works with a little bit of live commentary, and then hopefully you'll be able to get into it really easily, and it should be great fun for you. Starting off though, you'll be in the warp gate, and is that not just the coolest revolver reload animation just ever? But if you want to get straight into some action immediately, just hit the home key straight away on your keyboard, and that will drop you into some action on one of the continents, and then you'll be able to spawn in around that action. Not sure what this guy's doing. Probably just feeling a bit rapey. Not to worry, if you want to get away from that guy, and you want a little bit more control about the action you go into, then basically you can bring up the map by pressing escape, and wherever there's those little explosion markers like there is at the amp station there is a big battle going on. Now I'm here at the warp gate. You will be wherever your orange triangle is, depending on which faction you actually chose. If you want to see how many people are in an area, just hold your mouse over it, like the Moss Bazin mineshaft there has on the right hand side. Enemies detected none, allies detected 1 to 12. Now I'm on Amerish currently, which is the third continent. Indar is the one which you will spawn on. This hasn't taken me there, it's just showing me the map for it. But as you can see, Indar, there's a lot of action going on. Every new player spawns there, so sometimes it can turn out to be a sort of like Metro 64-man Battlefield 3 style clusterfuck. Like that biolab there will definitely be like that. So you've just got to sort of pick and choose. Ezimir is also really good. You can see there's a huge battle at that tech plant up there at the top as well, and it also tends to be really good for tanks as well. It's a beautiful icy planet. Now if you want to get there, just come across to this map here, and basically you can warp straight away there. And as you see at the bottom, there's VR training. Now that will let you test out all the weapons you'd ever want to test out, and it's really good if you just start in the game to get used to shooting at people, because some people in this game are really good. So I'm on a tank. That's right, I've come across on Ezimir, which is the ice continent. It's really beautiful, this one. I'm playing this game on ultra graphics so you can see what it looks like, but it is an incredible looking game, Planetside. The lighting is insane at some times of day. But basically, I'm just mopping up this little nest I found. I drove across here. This is the heavy tank for the Vanu. I will just be playing as Vanu. It's my favourite race. If you're wondering which one I prefer, the difference between Vanu, New Conglomerate, and the Terran Republic, the Terran, I kind of like how the guns sound. The New Conglomerate, I'm talking about infantry weaponry generally, and this is what I go by. The New Conglomerate, I think, has got the best max suit and the best initial sniper, because it's a bolt-action sniper that will one-shot headshot people. But the guns kind of sound a bit watery, the assault rifles, which I don't really like them that much, and they tend to feel a little bit plasticky when you're sort of holding them. The Vanu, I don't really like how the guns look that much. They're kind of too chunky. You know how the F-2000 is in Battlefield 3? Too sort of chunky like that. But they do make a really cool sound, and I particularly like the scythe, and I love flying about in this game. It's one of the best things you can do. That's a scythe right there, just cruising over, not a care in the world. In fact, he was probably doing a bombing run on that Sundra. But that's how you should choose the three factions. It doesn't really matter which one you've got. All the default weapons are really good in this game. You aren't really at that much of a disadvantage playing with any of them for any of the classes. But I'm going to head back now to the warp gate and tell you about cert points and what you should cert up first. I think I just like reloading this gun. But cert points. If you're wondering what you should spend your first cert points on, I'm going to tell you what I would recommend. You basically get for every 250 XP you earn in game from killing people, destroying things and capturing points, you get a single cert point. The infantry ones are of course in that tab, and these are the vehicle ones here. There's also some extra bits in this end, one for squad leaders and things, but I shouldn't worry about that to start off with, because you're probably not going to be a squad leader. So these are my characters here. You can see I've got the mags, my Lyasol. I think Lyasol is probably my favourite class, and I usually play that and engineer when I'm not in a max suit. As I was saying though, the first thing I certed up was the medical kit. Cost 50 cert points. That's probably about your first hour of gameplay. You should be able to get get that, and it applies to all the classes. So every class now you'll be able to take a medical kit, and that will let you heal yourself when there isn't a medic around. If you're wondering what a medic looks like, they've got sort of a white back on the model, so you know exactly which is the medical character out of all of those that are running around you. So if you don't have one of those around, you can use your medical kit. Now the next thing I inserted was the Sundra, because the Sundra isn't very useful unless you've got this or you've got the gate shield diffuser at the top, but I'd recommend this one. Basically this turns the Sundra into a mobile spawn point, so if you want to go to a certain point and continually respawn there, then this is the thing for you, but that is what I would recommend starting off with. Finally though, decided to head into the thick of it. Warped across the indoor, headed down to the southern part of the map, spawning in here at one of our outposts we've just taken. And basically the enemy team is at another outpost at the bottom of this cliff, and as you can see, they are absolutely nailing us. A lot of new conglomerates down there, so I've decided to play as Infiltrate. I bought myself an SMG here, and I'm going to go down and break the stalemate. Now one of the things the Infiltrator can do, of course, and that is an enemy in front of me, but he can't see me because I'm invisible, it's very difficult for them to see me, is hack terminals and spawn in vehicles. So the enemy have currently got this, but I'm going to hack into it, get myself a Sundra, and I'm going to destroy their Sundra. Now to be honest, they didn't really expect this, and this would have broken the stalemate. Unfortunately, none of my team seemed to know what was going on, and nobody else headed down here, or we could have secured this base. But as you can see, and this was the longest reload ever, taking out this Sundra here. Managed to take out the Sundra. I've got an anti-air gun on this thing as well, but I can't hit infantry with it. And I'm out of there. Gone invisible, and they don't know what's going on. But it's just one of those cool things you can do in Planetside 2. There's just so many. Picking off these guys, they don't know what's going on. But it's a great game. If you want to see more, you'll have to rate the video, and I'll judge based on views and ratings whether or not I continue this series. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next chapter.